Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I created this look for you guys using the Makeup by Mario Master Metallics palette. If you guys want to learn how to get this look and my first impressions on this palette, just keep on watching. So first, I'm going to start off by just clipping my hair back. And then once I do that, I'm going to use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer. And I'm going to apply that all over my face, underneath my eyes, around my nose, my forehead, and like my smile lines. Not that they're there, but you know, we're preventing. But yeah, and I'm just massaging that into my face, just to make sure that like my skin is nice and prepped, and that way when I do my base, my foundation, nothing creases and everything just lays super beautifully on the skin. So once I'm done massaging that in, I'm going to take the Benefit POREfessional and I'm going to put that again all over my face, but this time I'm focusing that more on my T-zone, like around my nose and my forehead, and again around those frown lines and anywhere that I have enlarged pores. And then I'm going in with the Born This Way foundation, and this is in the color Natural Beige. And then I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm just bouncing that off of the back of my hand onto my face. And I do this so that the product gets to just warm up and melt super beautifully when I apply it over my face. And yeah, you can see this foundation gives such a beautiful finish, and it's really so hard to replace because of how beautiful and luminous the finish is, but also how good the coverage is without looking too fake on the skin. So now I'm just kind of rolling that onto my neck and blending that in around my jawline, making sure everything looks super good and blended. So again, I mean, it's just gorgeous. It really looks like glass skin. And I'm doing that on the other side and then just covering up like any little spots that I have. And it's really good. I definitely don't like to like layer on so many products, even though I feel like I end up doing it as a beauty connoisseur, but this foundation is really one that, you know, I don't have to like layer concealer on top of this for my imperfections, because it does take care of that so well. You can see like the redness around my nose, it took care of that. Super beautiful, making an amazing flawless canvas. Then I'm taking this double-sided concealer brush and the Born This Way concealer in the shade Vanilla, and then I'm going to start putting that on top of my eyelids, kind of dragging this out all over my lid. I take this little dense Real Techniques brush and blend that out. This is such an important step to make sure that everything is evenly blended out, all the way from like literally your lash line to the top of your brow bone, because any inconsistency in blending this out and you will have patchy eyeshadow. So that is a big no. We do not want that. So making sure that I'm blending this out super well. Then I'm taking some of this Makeup Revolution setting powder on a fluffy brush from Morphe, and I'm blending that out all over my eyelid. I love how you can see like the powder coming up into smoke, like nice. And then I'm taking this dome shaped brush and this 35 Bronze Gold palette from Morphe. I'm taking this warm brown transition shade and I'm going to start putting that into my crease in circular motion. And this is something that will take you time. You're going to see I really take my time when I apply my eyeshadow. I really like to use like thin, light layers. That way I can build everything up the way that I want it. So then I'm taking a combination of these two burgundy shades between the Conspiracy palette and the 35 Bronze Gold palette, and I'm just building out my outer crease so that way I can start building that like really beautiful fade. And then I'm just touching that up and I'm building up that outer crease. I'm dragging that underneath my lash line on both sides to get that smoked out effect. And we should be looking a little like this by this point. Now I'm gonna take this brush by Lancome and the star of the show, the Makeup by Mario palette, and this deeper kind of burgundy purplish shade, and I'm gonna spray my brush with the Makeup Forever Velvet setting spray, and I'm gonna start packing that on all over my lid. Now I'm gonna be honest with what I think about these shadows. It did take a few layers to kind of build them up, so you know, not really sure like why that was. And when I did like kind of wet my brush and go into it, the palette does say that you can use it wet. When I did that, it made the shadows a little bit kind of pasty. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, and I'm not too much of a fan of that because I do feel like it changes the formulation of the product. But once everything was said and done, it did come out really cute. I'm taking that kind of pencil shaped brush into that deeper brown, and I'm going to start drawing like a very thin line in my crease. And the reason why I do this is because rather than layering on a bunch of concealers to create that kind of cut crease effect to add depth, what you can do is treat it like a painting and really pencil in where you want that dimension to be in, and then blend that out super softly. So I'm taking a smaller crease brush with a little bit of that shade now, and I'm just smoking it out toward the top, making sure that I get a super beautiful seamless blend. Now back to the shadows. They did apply very well when I started doing it with my finger, of course. You know, the finger, because it's so dense, it does apply the product a lot better when it comes to these kind of very reflective, very textured shadows. Now I'm not gonna lie, when I'm watching this footage back, it does look very, very pigmented, but do remember that all of these clips are very sped up, and you can see I'm applying multiple layers. Now, I'm not saying that these shadows aren't good because they did produce a beautiful look. Now I'm taking the lighter kind of pinky purpley shade on my finger, and as you can see, when I start pressing that onto my lid, I did get more reflectiveness. Now using this pencil brush, I'm going to go into that same shade, and I'm going to start smoking out my lower lash line with it. I went off camera and I applied my lashes. So now what you're seeing is me kind of filling in any gaps with eyeliner and then melting my fake lash with my natural lash together with this Maybelline mascara. And I believe this one is called Total Temptation. And I'm also applying that to my lower lashes as well. Then I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette on the tip of this brush and I'm applying that to my inner corner. I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. If you recreate it, please tag me. I would love to see it. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!